This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. For some of you people who don't know, and I've got friends that are bigger idiots than I am, well, no, just as big as idiot as I am, simulcasting means you can also hear it. I had a friend of mine yesterday. Hey, 1190's going stronger than ever. I couldn't hear it for about a week. I said, didn't you listen to it on 1430? Aren't you smart enough to hit the dial to 1430? Well, I didn't know you could do that. I said, do you listen to me every day? Do you know what simulcasting means? And apparently he didn't, but hey, he's a nice guy. He's just an idiot, but that's okay. I want to wish Tom Qualls, Reverend Tom Qualls out of Washington Park, he's 67 years old today, the best to you, Tom, and your family today and every day. He's a man out in the Washington Park area who doesn't have a lot, but what he's got, he'll give you, because that's the kind of guy he is. So happy 67th birthday, Tom Qualls. You're my friend, and you keep up doing what you're doing. Also, Jimmy Seabold, thanks for stopping by the restaurant yesterday. He stopped by, saw my car, and it's humbling when people take the time out to come up and talk to you, come to the restaurants, and people say, I'm sorry to bother you. Are you crazy? It's never a bother to talk to someone, whether if I run for office, if I'm on the air, or if I'm just a normal citizen walking down the street. If you can't take time out to talk to people, something's not right. But everybody's conditioned by these politicians. But anyway, Jim Seabold from Freeburg. He was a sales representative for 1-800 Radiator and Air Conditioning out of Freeburg, I believe. So, Jim, thank you very much for stopping by. It was awful, awful nice. Also, want to say hi to my two neighborhood friends way back in the day in the Washington Park, Rosemont area. Hope you guys are doing okay. Mike and Bobby Carmack. Mike and Bobby, thank you guys very much. They come up with me the hard way in the housing projects and out in the Washington Park area. So I'm going to say hi to you guys. Let's take care of our housekeeping, and then we're going to talk some crazy crap. Blue Job Barra Civic. Well, I'll just have that as a come on. You know how they do on TV. They give you, guess what's coming up next? Well, coming up next after our community billboard will be information on Blowjob Barry Civic. And you know everybody in Congress wants a blowjob. That's Blowjob Barra Civic. BJ Barra Civic. Everybody knows what BJ stands for, but we'll get to BJ Blowjob Barra Civic right after these few messages. The O'Fallon's Veterans Day ceremony will be held at the Monument this Wednesday, Veterans Day, November the 11th at 11 o'clock a.m. It'll be held at 737 East Wesley Drive, just north of the O'Fallon Safety Center Police Station. Says, bring your lawn chairs. The program will last about 40 minutes. If bad weather, the ceremony will be held at the First Baptist Church of O'Fallon. Any information, concerns, you can contact 618-632-3204. You know, and I appreciate Veterans Day. I appreciate all the days honoring our heroes and any other day set aside. But I think every day we should keep our heroes in our minds and our hearts because, and that's our police officers too. And we're going to talk about a real bum with the badge up there in northern Illinois, but we'll talk about that momentarily. The Millstadt Sportsman's Club, located at 4915 Schmidt Lane in Millstadt. 22 caliber rifle indoor meat shoot. It says iron sights only. I don't know what that means, but you shooters do. Going to be shooting at a table approximately 32 foot away at 3-inch bullseye. Ammo provided. The shoots will be held the second Sunday in the months of November, which will be November the 8th, December the 13th, January the 10th, and February the 14th. It says, have any questions or concerns, you can go to millstadtsportsmans.org. That's millstadtsportsmans.org on the web. It'll be from 12 noon. Food, refreshments, quality meat, bring your own gun or use theirs. Also, the Staunton, Illinois, the good people up in Staunton, their Sportsman's Club, will hold a meat shoot at their club grounds on Sunday, November the 15th, starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Proceeds for the conservation and outdoor sports programs, that's what it'll go to. For further information or directions, you can contact Bozo. It's 618-635-8337. I didn't know that Kern was working up there at the Staunton, Illinois Sportsman's Club, but I guess he is. Also, Knights of Columbus in Cahokia having their annual meat shoot this Saturday from noon till dusk. All benefits given to the Shriners Burn Center. And again, Ken and Kim Deers from Cahokia, thank you very much. That'll be at the Knights of Columbus, their annual meat shoot coming up Saturday, November the 11th. Starts at noon. St. Wenceslaus, their Fall Festival, Saturday, November the 7th from noon to 9 p.m. Belleville Fire Department, and we'll be there. They're having their fundraiser, the 59th Annual Chicken and Beer Dance for the Belleville Firefighters Association Local 53. The band will be Old Salt Union. Doors will open at 6. Food's at 7 p.m. The radio station will be there. Hope you guys can make it. Anybody need tickets? You can contact the good and the great firefighters at 234-2244. Chicken and Beer Dance, the Freeburg Junior Midgets cheerleaders. I love the Freeburg Midgets. It's going to be held at Carband's Knotty Pine, their banquet hall. It'll be this Saturday, November the 7th. $15 per person, $20 at the door. Doors open at 6 p.m. Music by the Cactus Moon Band from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Tara at 406-2078. The annual Smithton Fire Department's Fall Barbecue be held at the Smithton Firehouse. Dine-in or carry-outs available. Ladies Auxiliary Bake Sale, that'll be held this Sunday, November the 8th, from 11 a.m. till when it's sold out. Ribs, pork steaks, the radio station will be there. Hope you guys will go out and support a great cause for the Smithton Fire Department. Trivia night also this Saturday, November the 7th, at St. Joseph's Parish Center in Freeburg. It's for the Freeburg High School Music Boosters. It'll be a cash bar, silent auction. Any information or concerns, you can contact 539-0072. The Millstadt Community Blood Drive to be held Thursday, November the 12th from 4 to 8 p.m., sponsored by the Millstadt Consolidated School. It's at the Multi-Purpose Room, 211 West Mill Street in Millstadt. Veterans Appreciation Dinner this Sunday, November the 8th at the Veterans Memorial Hall at 319 North Marion Street in Bunker Hill. Doors open at 12:30. Meals are from 1 to 4 p.m. $6 donation. Dinner is courtesy of the American Legion Partridge Post 578, the Women's Auxiliary. East St. Louis, also coming up this Sunday, November the 8th, the East St. Louis Veterans Memorial Post 2505, their annual Veterans Day dinner event honoring their hometown business entrepreneurs. It'll start at 3 o'clock p.m. at the Clyde C. Jordan Senior Citizens Center at 6715 State Street in East St. Louis. For tickets or for concerns, you can contact 618-616-1720. The Veterans Salute this Friday, today, November the 6th, 1 o'clock p.m. at the McCormick Center, 300 South 2nd Street in Belleville, honoring all the military veterans. Please come and join and enjoy our salute to the veterans, presented by the Notre Dame Academy students. Work Smart this Sunday, Sunday, November the 8th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Muscuda Moose Lodge, 111 North 2nd Street in Muscuda. And the radio station will be out there. All you can eat, pork sausage, sauerkraut, carry-outs available. Any questions or concerns, you can contact 566-2833. It says a free dance with meal music provided by the Cactus Moon from 1 to 5 p.m. Pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, common spelling. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or our sister station, KZQZ 1430 AM. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and also now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. On this date, November the 6th, 1860, former Illinois Congressman Abraham Lincoln defeated 3 other candidates for the 16th presidency of the United States. There were an 82% voter turnout. Now, we get about a 20% voter turnout around here because people are apathetic. Let's get off our asses, people. November the 6th, 1888, for the first time in history, Benjamin Harrison beat Grover Cleveland in the presidential election, even though Cleveland got more actual votes. Harrison won because he received more electoral votes. On this date, November the 6th, 1923, Russia adopted an experimental calendar with 5 days. I brought that up many times. I guess it's like the politicians. They're trying to experiment with a no-day work week, and they've been pretty successful. On this date, November the 6th, 1923, Colonel Jacob Schick invented and patented the first electric shaver. On this date, November the 6th, 1966, NBC TV was the first network to televise the entire TV program lineup in color. It says even the Peacock. That's what happened on this date, November the 6th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I want to go here. It's in the Monitor. The Monitor is a great newspaper that represents the people of East St. Louis. The Clyde Jordan family, they've done a great job with the East St. Louis Monitor, and I want to salute them for a job well done today and every day. Great people at the Monitor, and they've got more information for what's going on in the East St. Louis area. But I see they have a woman for B.J. Barasivic. They're inviting you to a fundraiser reception in honor of B.J. Barasivic. What do you mean in honor of? B.J. served a blue job. You haven't done a damn thing for anybody. Why the hell are you being honored? Let's honor our military heroes. Let's honor all our hardworking veterans. Let's honor everybody out there, the Teamsters and everybody busting their ass every day. I'm not going to honor some jerk off like B.J. Blue Job Barasivic. That pisses me off, people. We want to honor some son of a bitch. Let's honor our family. Let's honor our parents who fought to bring us up. Let's honor them. We ain't honor a blowjob Barasivic son of a bitch because he's running for Congress? Are you crazy? That's the problem, people, and it pisses me off. And I've told you before, I'm running for state representative, and if you guys don't like me, just don't vote for me. I ain't kissing nobody's ass because I don't care. I want to go to Springfield and fight this crap. I don't want to be part of what I hate. Big shots, don't want to be it. That's the problem. You let these son of a bitches up there in Springfield, at the courthouse in Belleville, at all the courthouses throughout this country. You let them in Washington. We give them the reins. We vote for them. They don't earn that position. We give it to them. And then we're going to honor some son of a bitch for doing nothing? Are you crazy? Then we'd be honoring these politicians every day because these rotten bastard, no-count, scumbag, jerk-off bastards, low-life son of a bitches don't do nothing for nobody, no time. And it just pisses me off to see honor. You don't honor some son of a bitch just because he's running for Congress? Reception in honor of. No. But blue job Barasivic. Now, we've got women for Barasivic, and they tell me that Charlotte Moore is handling that. Is that the same Charlotte that got screwed by the Democrats? Politically, of course, last election. But you see what happens? The white boys come down, they throw a few bucks, and I'm a proud white guy. I'm not pimping for the black community. I'm just for what's wrong and right. And it's wrong is what's going on here in St. Clair County with all the culture of corruption. But I just wonder, BJ, Blue Job Bearer Civic, you know, the Democratic organization in Washington, the National Democratic Organization, embarrassed the hell out of Blue Job Bearer Civic, BJ Bearer Civic. We're not giving you no money, you idiot. The guy ain't married, doesn't have any children, which doesn't make any big deal. They tell me he's a partying kind of guy, like a college guy, and that's not bad. But do I want a son of a bitch like that to represent me in Congress? I say hell no. The only qualification he has, somebody said he's got a good smile. Well, okay, I don't know if that qualifies you to be a congressman, got a good smile. I got a pretty good smile. I brush my teeth once a week. Hell, I ought to be the congressman. I ought to be the candidate for Congress. But I got to ask, Blue Job Bearer Civic, your only qualifications is your name, Bearer Civic. And I don't think that's going to help you in this congressional race, Blue Job Bearer Civic, because your dad has screwed over so many people. You know who your dad is? I think you do. I think it's Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle, like a pecker on a poodle, Bearer Civic. I think that's your papa, I think. We can check the DNA. I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. But, BJ, blowjob, when you go down to East St. Louis, please don't disrespect the entire, and it was funny. It was disrespectful as hell, but it was funny. Whenever Elliot Davis gets your dad cornered in an elevator at the courthouse, see, that's the only way you get these son of a bitches to talk to. You got to get them cornered. I cornered Alvin Parks last Monday. He was leaving City Hall. We were broadcasting. He couldn't get away from us. But I do appreciate him taking the time to try to be transparent, even though I don't know if he was transparent or delusional the way he was talking, but that's okay. But anyway, back in the day, when a nice gentleman, a Christian gentleman, Elliot Davis, you paid for it, everybody knows Elliot, confronted Bearer Civic and asked him some questions, some hard-hitting questions, and Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle. You know, you kind of see the segue between Blue Job Bearer Civic, his son, and John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle. I think you get my drift on that. But anyway, Bearer Civic says, Rufus. Now, Bearer Civic knew it was Elliot Davis, but Bearer Civic got red in the face. That's why we call him Red on the Noodle. That's why all of his friends back in high school, he'd get mad about anything, and he'd get red like a thermometer. He'd blow up, get red, and get stupid. And he's always stupid. He just don't blow up all the time. Hey, blow up, blowjob Bearer. You see how this pattern's starting to work? But anyway, hey, blowjob, when you're down there with the women for CJ Bearer Civic, I hope you don't disrespect those ladies and call them all Aunt Jemima. I just hope you don't do that. I mean, your daddy called all the blacks Rufus. So don't call them all Aunt Jemima, even though there may be an Aunt Jemima down there. See, you people elect Bearer Civic as judge. Now he's running again. Got enough to retire. He makes more money when he retires, but John Bearer Civic, Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle, this no good, no count, low life, good for nothing son of a bitch, he's got to run again because, see, this county can't go on without him. These politicians think that the world will end if they're not in political office. Hey, if that's what it takes to get them out of office, I hope the world does end, politically, of course. And we need to end their political world, the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. I've talked with Democrats. Bob, we're crossing over. We don't give a damn if somebody's a Republican. We're tired of this crap for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And if it took them 20, 30, 40, 50 years to understand, then that's just the way it is. But every day, more people come up to me. They listen to me. They understand what I'm trying to tell them. And all I am is a messenger. All I'm doing is giving everyone the facts. I'm not all that smart. Well, I'm pretty smart, but not that smart. But you got to remember, these bastards have been promising us crap, promising and promising and promising for how many years? Nothing ever changes. Again, if I run for state rep, I'm probably the second worst candidate running. The first worst is Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. Now they tell me that I've scared Eddie Jackson out of the race. He may not be running. He may not be running, and if he doesn't, you know what he'll say? My health is bad. Your political health is really bad, Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. But if he doesn't run, you know who they'll throw in there? They'll throw in Sugar Britches. Sugar Britches will be the candidate. If, and you listen to me, I haven't been wrong yet. If, and I'm the one that told you that Barra Civic was sniffing around to run for Congress back in the day, if you'll remember. If Eddie the Gerbil Jackson, you know, he may not run because maybe he can't get out of Madigan's ass. He's so far up Madigan's ass, they're going to have to get the jaws of life to get that son of a bitch out of his ass. But if Eddie the Gerbil Jackson doesn't run for state rep, you can bet. They're talking about Greenwood's daughter. She's not going to run. They talk about Robert Easton. He's not going to run. They're not going to give up their seat on the board because what it'll do, if they replace Eddie with one of the board members, then Amika gets to pick the board member, and then Amika has control of the city. That's never going to happen, so I don't know who's putting that crap out. But anyway, and the tickets are compliments of Coroner Rick Stone. This no-good son of a bitch had a fundraiser. Rick Stone, the coroner, the 32-year, 35-year coroner, been in office that long. And I know he's not in the best of health. And, Rick, I wish you the best on your venture through your health problems. I really do. I'm sincere when I say I'd like to see you live for 100 so I can aggravate you. But yeah, you should have been out of the office 2 terms ago. Should have let somebody else had the opportunity. 34, 32, 34 years in office, and he wasn't the people's choice. You know what happened down in East St. Louis, but I think the proud people of East St. Louis, they understand what's going on. They understand what's going on, and I don't think the 2016 election is going to be business as usual. Well, I know it's not because it's a federal election. And I think the Republicans are energized after they won a congressman, a governor, a circuit judge, Steve McGlynn, a great judge. I think they're going to be energized. I think people are going to come out of the outer county. I had someone tell me, Bob, we're Democrats. We're crossing over. And if enough people do that, they can't steal enough votes in East St. Louis. And I'm not mad at the good people of East St. Louis for selling their votes because that's the name of the game. The boys in Belleville want to keep everybody, Centerville, Cahokia, Allerton, East St. Louis, Washington Park, Brooklyn, Caseyville, they want to keep everybody down below the hill in poverty. So when they come with $50 or $100 to get some votes, everybody takes it. And I have to say, if I couldn't find a job because of these politicians, and that's why you guys below the hill can't find a job, because they don't want you to find a job. If I couldn't find a job, I'd sell my vote too. And it wouldn't be right, but I know it's self-survival. I know you're going to take care of your family. The proud black community, they want to take care of their families. But if you never have the opportunity to get a job, you're never going to have the opportunity to take care of your family. And you hear me, I always say, I think every man, woman, black, white, Democrat, Republican, we should all have the opportunity. You hear me? That's the operative word. The opportunity to be successful. Now, if we don't take that opportunity to be successful, then that's on us. But Blowjob Barra Civic, Women for Blowjob Barra Civic, they're inviting you to a fundraiser reception in honor of what the crap. You know, coming up next Wednesday, we're honoring our military heroes. And to put that word honor in the same breath with the no-count little good-for-nothing jerk-off, sleazy, greasy bastard like Blowjob Barra Civic and his daddy. And guys, give me a call. You guys are both big shots. Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle. I'm calling you out. Bob Romanik, poor white trash from the Roosevelt Homes, is calling you out. And if Bob Romanik, poor white trash from the Roosevelt Homes, can call you out, you no good low-life bastard, everybody listening to me can call him out. It's the old Wizard of Oz syndrome. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. The old wizard, scary, a big voice, big man, until Toto the dog pulls the curtain back and you see a short little sawed-off son of a bitch And I have to apologize to the sawed-off, short little son of a bitches because they're not even as bad as Barra Civic. But you see what's back there. It's a Barra Civic. It's a Mark Sweet Cakes. Kernan, one of these days I'm going to unload on why he's called Sweet Cakes. There's God Sprague. There's all these little men who take their positions and try to destroy the decent people, both black and white, both Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats below the hill, and you guys listen to me. When they named Calvin Dye their candidate for coroner, and they only did that because they knew Carl Officer, a proud black man, was running. That was a racial move. They didn't come down and ask you, did they? Eddie Jackson? Did they ask you, Alonzo Greenwood? Did they ask you, Charlie Powell, Alvin Parks, all the leaders of East St. Louis? No, they shoved somebody down your throat. They shoved Calvin Dye, a true plantation Negro, and he's a nice guy, a friend of mine, a nice guy. Worked for the state. Then he did 5 years afterwards as a contractor, got his pension and another $100,000. Then he went to work for the sheriff's department. Now he's working for the state's attorney's office, working on another pension, making $60,000, $80,000 a year. And he's 67, 68 years old. When's enough? But that's what these bastards do. They'll throw some blacks out there, but they're not proud blacks. They're plantation Negroes because they're going to step and fetch for the white boys. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about the police. We're going to go down to East St. Louis. But, hey, BJ Blue Job Barra Civic, you piece of crap, give me a call. You're running for Congress and you can't call me? Poor white trash from the housing project, and I've got these bastards on the run. And it's not me, it's all of us, people, because we're all together in this. I'm just the messenger. You know, whenever somebody wins the World Series, somebody has to hand the winning team the trophy. I'm the guy handing the trophy to you people. I'm the guy giving you the information. And I'm one of you, and you're one of us. We're together. There's no big shots in the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We're all just decent people trying to make it in this rotten political climate, the culture of corruption that we call St. Clair County. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are proud to be the Patriot. Before we go any further, I want to put a shout out to Dave Stellhorn. Dave Stellhorn, he's a general manager at Hydac Rubber in Smithton, Illinois. And David, thanks for the email. I will be back out to Smithton. I would like to stop by and see you and all your workers. I appreciate your listening to the station. Appreciate everybody in Smithton. Nice little town. Been through there getting petition signed to run for state representative and got a great response. So David Stellhorn, general manager, Hydac Rubber in Smithton. We will be out there to see you, good guys, and thanks for taking the time out. Everybody, thanks always for taking the time out to send me emails. We get a zillion of them. Also, Joe Laraquette. Joe Laraquette, he's the operations manager for the 5th Street Club Fitness, I believe in St. Charles. He said he'd like to come by. Hey, Joe, come by anytime. We're here at 6500 West Main. Anytime you guys want to come by, take a look through the station. If I'm around, I'll be more than happy to show you around. But again, we're not big shots here. We're hardworking people like everybody out there in the street. We're not politicians. But Joe, thank you. And Joe and your boss, Danny, they want to have a special edition of the Spirit of America Hour on 9/11. And I think we're going to do that for Veterans Day. I think my show will have a whole hour of military music. We always have an hour of military music on Saturday on KZQZ at noon. One whole hour, and all it is military marches, military music, honoring our brave military heroes. And then we do it right here on KQQZ, 1190 a.m. We do that every Sunday. We repeat it at 11 o'clock a.m. But we may have a special hour worth of military music on my show on Wednesday, because I do want to honor the military. I do want to honor this great country. So, Joe, thank you very much. Elton Brock. It's heard that Eddie is scared of running against you, and he may be stepping down. We're going to make you a state rep, so I don't care who they run. Elton Brock, I want to thank you. He's been supportive of me for the last 4 or 5 months. Elton Brock from East St. Louis, I want to thank you for your support and friendship, and everybody that's been nice to me down in East St. Louis. It's been, again, very humbling. Hey, I had a call. Had a proud black lady call and say, if. Now, this was if, she said, and she was a little pissed off. She said, if Blue Job Bear Civic comes down there to East St. Louis and calls her or any proud black lady Aunt Jemima, she says she's going to put her Aunt Jemima foot up his stinky blowjob ass. So, Bear Civic, you better watch it out. You better not take a page out of your daddy's playbook. You better not be using Rufus. Better not be using Aunt Jemima. And you see, the proud people of East St. Louis, they don't give a damn, because they're going to bring some money down, and they're going to try to knock you down. And that's what they do, to knock you down. And they don't even give you the money. They make you beg for the money. Here, we may give you $20, $30. But I think the proud black community, and Carl made a good point, Carl Officer, there were 3,500 plus down in East St. Louis that voted against the East St. Louis Election Board to get rid of the East St. Louis Election Board. And if those 3,500, plus I think we've got another 1,000 to 1,500, if those 4,000 or 5,000 people will vote these bastards out of office, if 4,000 or 5,000 people in East St. Louis, if 2,000 or 3,000 in Centerville Township, these guys can't win a damn thing. And I would say, if I win, if the coalition wins, working with the Republicans, and we don't do a good job, throw our lame asses out. That's what you're supposed to do. If you had a business and a guy was screwing up every day, you wouldn't keep him around and give him a raise, would you? Hell no. But that's what we've been doing for these no-good bastards. But anyway, blowjob. Don't go down there calling the proud black community, the proud black ladies, the women for Blue Job Bear Civic. Don't go down there and call them Aunt Jemimas. I know Daddy calls the blacks Rufuses, but don't you do that, Bear Civic, because I think you'll be coming up the hill with the proud black foot up your stinky white ass. I want to talk about Cahokia for a minute, and Jerry Nichols is my friend, but I somewhat have to disagree with Jerry. Jerry says that he's upset that the village is hiring convicted felons. And see, I'm a convicted felon. They said I lied under oath to protect my friends, and I didn't, but I would have in a minute. Not proud, but I'm not ashamed of it. But also, a serial killer who kills 15 people, rapes them, robs them, kills them, cuts their heads off, he's a felon too. I think there ought to be a little distinction between felon and felon. You know what I mean? But I do agree with Jerry that Curtis McCall, that no-good, disingenuous son of a bitch, the no-count bastard who's screwing Cahokia, everybody, black and white, he's not hiring felons to give them a second chance. I think everybody deserves a second chance. You've heard me before. If God came down and drew a line in the sand and said everybody that's either done something wrong and paid for it or done something wrong and was lucky enough not to get caught, you step on one side of the line. Everybody else that's never done anything wrong, income tax, cheated on their income tax, done anything wrong, you get on the other side of the line. I guarantee you there wouldn't be anybody on that side of the line, and if there is, I'd be on the other side calling them a damn liar. But I think everybody deserves a second chance in life. You don't have to be a felon. You can make a mistake and say, wow, boy, I shouldn't have done that. I got away with it. That was stupid. I'm not going to do it anymore. You deserve a second chance. But I do agree with my good friend Jerry Nichols, the trustee, the lone wolf in Cahokia. You don't put people to work just because they can get you 10, 15, 20, 30 votes. And you especially don't put people to work whenever you know the money's not there. Curtis McCall, I watched it on Channel 4 last night. I guess you can go to their website. Jerry Nichols was interviewed. Curtis McCall was interviewed. Well, we need these jobs. They've got a director of parks, a director of recreation, an assistant director of recreation. They got one damn park in Cahokia. And everybody knows what Curtis McCall Jr.'s doing. But Curtis, you've promised you and your daddy, hey, where's that boy bitch been? Nobody's ever seen him around. He puts you out there to destroy Cahokia, and then he just leaves. But you cannot pay for what you don't have. But over $500,000 of new monies going out for employing people for director jobs, assistant director jobs. But Curtis McCall, you guys have promised 200-300 jobs out there when you were running for an election. You're going to give 20, 30 jobs that is going to eventually destroy Cahokia. What about the other 200-300 people? Curtis McCall's, his son-in-law is the head of the school district. They told me, Curtis McCall and that family, it's not a Curtis McCall team. You've heard me. These bastards are so inbred. A decent, normal person, black or white in Cahokia, doesn't stand a chance. It's the same way in East St. Louis. There seems to be a pattern here going on, people. And in 2016, we can change. We can change that pattern that we call the culture of corruption. You can look all around in Cahokia, in East St. Louis. It's no better. It's no better now under a different administration because we never hold their feet to the fire. And I don't care if it's Freeburg. I don't care if it's Lebanon. I don't care if it's Fairview Heights or Swansea. We have to hold our political leaders' feet to the fire. We put them in office. I don't know how many times I have to say that. They didn't earn. And if I get elected state representative, I didn't earn that position. I earned your trust. I earned your trust in letting me go to Springfield and representing the good people of the 114th district. I didn't earn that position. You give it to me. You entrusted that in me if you elect me. We've entrusted all these positions to these politicians. You hear me? Entrusted. And they've taken our trust and they've broken. They broke our backs with the same stick that we give them to go up and fight for us. They turn on us, these rotten, no-count, lousy, good-for-nothing pieces of political crap, these political parasitical punks. They've turned on us. They've turned on us today and every day. Let's turn on them next election. Let's show them. Let's don't let them say, oh, he's a Republican, vote against him, or he's a Democrat. I don't give a damn if you honestly in your mind and in your heart think a Democratic candidate is better next year. Then I say, please vote for them. But research what people do, what they've done, where they're going, what they're about. Don't just look at an R behind some son of a bitch's name or a D. There's enough corruption in the Republican Party to go around as there is in the Democratic Party. It just so happens in St. Clair County, the Republicans haven't had a chance to show you what they can do. And I would say, if they're just as corrupt as the Democrats, don't wait 30, 40, 50 years to get rid of them. Get rid of them as soon as you can. But Curtis McCall, you're destroying the once great village of Cahokia, Illinois. You can't keep giving your friends and family jobs. What about all the good people out there that entrusted you to run that city properly? Even your supporters, Curtis McCall Jr., they know what you're doing. You're not doing anything for them because they were only 1, 2, 3 votes. But if you can get Curtis McCall Jr. or Sr. or Barra Civic, if you can get those guys, Kern, Sprague, you get them 20 or 30 votes, you may have a job. And it's a shame. It's not giving a felon a job. It's giving a political hack a job that offends me to no end. These rotten bastards in Cahokia. And by the way, I saw the piece last night on Channel 4 with them dragging Jerry Nichols out of the council meeting. Jerry Nichols, who I think the heart's not in the best of shape. I don't know for sure, and I'll have to ask him. But you pull a guy like that out, something could happen. But I saw, God Sprague, Sire Pussy, God Sprague. And I want to apologize to the Sire Pussies because they're not as bad as him, you ignorant bastard. And you're a big shot. Come get me, you stupid son of a bitch. You and your roly-poly old lady who can't put 2 and 2 together. It's 5. No wonder we don't have any money. She's the auditor. 2 and 2 is 5 or 6 or 7 to her. He sits there like the dumbass he is. He's the attorney. They tell me there's an ARDC complaint because he's making $100,000, $200,000 a year at the end of the day. He's supposed to advise Curtis McCall, the mayor, on legal issues. He sit there with his head down. What a piece of crap. And God Sprague, you're the big shot in St. Clair County. You're a big piece of crap, you rotten, sleazy bastard. And I'm calling you out, too. Poor white trash calling out a big shot. He's got all daddy's money from back in the day, and his daddy was a decent guy, but must not have been too decent because Bob Sprague did not go to his father's funeral. What kind of son of a bitch don't go to their dad's funeral? I ask you, a no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing son of a bitch. That's what kind of son of a bitch doesn't go to their dad's funeral. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Your guardian of the First Amendment. Radical radio. And we are always very proud to be the Patriot. We got a call. We got some callers. Go ahead, caller. We got a few minutes. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, good morning, Bob.
Who is this?
This is Little Peanut.
Hey, Little Peanut. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, but I don't know how you going to be doing after I make this. I got a couple of announcements to make.
Okay.
First, I would like to salute all the veterans who give me the right to say what I'm about to say.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Little Peanut. Whatever you say, I salute you. I salute you for recognizing that our proud veterans have given all of us the opportunity to speak our piece. Now, you go ahead and speak it, Little Peanut.
Thank you, Bob. I would like everybody to acknowledge that Little Peanut today is announcing his candidacy to run against Bob Romanik as state representative. And my second announcement is my friend, he's a little person too. His name is Little Pistol Starter, and he's going to be running against Mayor Carl Officer for County Corner.
Hey, Little Peanut, you guys are probably the only one that can beat us because you guys aren't politicians. You're just little people trying to do the little bit that you can, you know?
See, there you go again, Bob, with the little jokes. But we're going to be 1 million strong, 1 million little people, because your support for Freebird, we just can't take it no more. And the only way to stop your support is just we got to stand tall, mentally, of course, not physically, mentally.
Hey, Little Peanut, I don't know, though. It'll take about 20 of you little peanuts to stand on top of each other to get up to the polls to make one vote, won't it?
But I tell you what, Bob, I like your jokes, and you and Carl Officer, watch out. We're coming after you guys politically, of course, and your station, 1430, I'm very upset that it's booming. I was in Dallas, Texas the other day, and I got your station. That's how strong the signals are, and we want to bring the signals down.
Hey, Little Peanut, thank you very much, buddy. And I do. Hey, Little Peanut, the most important thing he said, and it's fun to talk to Little Peanut, is that he wants to thank our brave military for giving him the opportunity. I didn't shut him off. Said he was running against me. I'd be afraid to run against Little Peanut. I wouldn't know where the hell he's at or when he's at. But people remember, we've got Veterans Day coming up, and I know there's going to be sales. There are going to be 2-for-1 sales at Rothman. There's going to be 3 give away a tank of gas on Veterans Day sale, and I just think that's egregious. They're having 2-for-1 sales, buy one, get one free Veterans Day special. Why? Why do people do that? I remember back in the day they had a Abe Lincoln look-alike and a George Washington, and they were dancing around about the oil change special or something. I just think it's totally, and I go crazy, but at times we have to be respectful to our country, and I think making fun of our past presidents, and not so much lampooning them, but making fun, belittling them in commercials, I just don't think it's right. And again, this is America, the land of the free. If these car agencies, if these furniture stores, if everybody wants to do that, they have a right to do it. I just personally don't think it's right. I think we should take that holiday. Let's have a good time on Halloween. Let's have a good time at Christmas. But on Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, let's remember those days and what they stand for. And I think if we do, we'd all feel better and maybe become better Americans. It's Friday. We got to go. Hope everybody has a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on our powerhouse 50,000-watt station, KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Let's come back Monday. We're going to fight the fight, people. Whether you're for us or you're against us, you make that decision. But let you, the individual, make that decision. Don't let somebody with $5, $10 embarrass you, disrespect you, and offer that for a vote. Because they'll take that $5, $10 they give to you, and they'll parlay that into a $100,000 a year job for them, and then $85,000 a year pension. We have to stop this spending, people. We all have to tighten our belts. But as I said before, if we're going to tighten our belts, our leaders, all of our leaders from Springfield, from Washington, they should lead by example, and they should tighten their belts. If we're going to suffer, let's suffer as a country. Let's don't suffer because we don't know a politician, because we're not related to a politician, because we're not a politician. Let's don't suffer because of that. There's been mistakes made on both sides of the aisle, Democrat and Republican. We'll never get ahead blaming. We have to get ahead by doing. We've seen what these rotten bastards have done the last 20, 30, 40 years in St. Clair County and all throughout this state and country. And apparently it's not working. Give other people the opportunity. And if they don't succeed, get rid of them, politically, of course. And we can only do this, people, as a country, as a great United States of America. Majority rules. We have to get together. We have to continue to unite, to expose this culture of corruption all throughout our great country. And at some point in time, and the only point in time, is when the election comes about. That's when we all come out in full force. Nobody's apathetic in 2016. We can't afford, your families can't afford to be apathetic anymore. We have to give a damn. And we can give a damn. And we can destroy these no-count rotten bastards. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.